Hey guys, welcome back to another Wattpad related news type of video. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the Wattpad Next program again, and if you don't know what that is, I'll leave a link in the description box for a video that I already did about it in full detail, so you can check that out because I'm not going to be going over the program again in detail in this video because I've already done it, but I will give you guys, if you're new here, I will give you guys a very brief summed up version. And pretty much Wattpad Next was a beta program that locked certain books behind a paywall. So in short, if readers came across this book on the Wattpad app, then they would have to pay to unlock the chapters in order to read, and writers would be able to obviously make money off of their work on Wattpad. Now for a while, and this is just me assuming things, but for a while I feel like Wattpad has tried to come up with a program outside of the Wattpad Stars and the Futures program, which deals with ad revenue that they have to be able to better give back, monetarily speaking, to the writers on their platform. And I want to say, after an app called Radish Fiction launched back in 2016, what I noticed, because I was one of these writers, what I noticed is that a lot of big, quote-unquote, big writers, a lot of big Wattpad writers started to leave Wattpad back in that time when Radish launched, because on Radish you had the option to upload your stories onto their app, and you could also lock it behind a paywall to which readers would have to unlock to read your book. So with Radish, authors could very easily make money with their stories. And I've already done a whole video about Radish, what it is, how you can make money, and all of that good stuff, how you can apply to be a writer with Radish, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in learning about Radish, the link for that will be in the description box as well. Now, I can't speak on behalf of Wattpad because I don't work for Wattpad, but I do want to say that I'm almost 90% sure that they took a notice when of Radish when a lot of the prominent writers that they had started to leave. And I'm guessing that they felt the need to do something about it. I don't know. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. And I'm not saying that this is how Wattpad Next was born, but I'm just stating my opinion. I feel like Wattpad took notice of the competition and they felt like they needed to do something in order to keep writers in general, big or small, on their platform. And what better way to do that than to implement a program where writers can finally get paid to do what they love, which is write. Fast forward to now, April 2019, the Wattpad Next Beta program is officially over. However, the program itself still exists, but is now going by a new name called Paid Stories. So let me state it again. Wattpad Next was a beta program that Wattpad was testing out to kind of get a feel for how people would respond to certain books being placed behind a paywall where readers would have to pay to read. Apparently the program was successful because Wattpad is now basically exiting the beta stage and will be doing a full launch of Wattpad Next, which is going by the new name Paid Stories. If you're on Wattpad but you don't interact with Wattpad community, which is basically a place where writers can go to kind of hang out and chill and interact with other writers, all of this is done outside of writing on the general Wattpad page. You can also find helpful resources here, get critiques on your stories, etc. And you can also get Wattpad related updates and news firsthand. I'll leave a link for the Wattpad community in the description box below for you to check that out if you're interested. But yeah, so if you're not a part of the Wattpad community, as you can see on the screen, then you are missing out on a lot of good stuff. But getting back on topic, so here is what Nick had to say. And if you're not familiar with Nick, he is a content manager, and has other titles that he does. He works with Wattpad, so he's got a lot going on there. But he's also the go-to guy for any questions related to Wattpad Next, aka Paid Stories. But anyway, so here's what he posted regarding the program Wattpad Next, which is now Paid Stories. So here's what we got going on. And again, this is located in Wattpad community, so I will link to this specific page. But pretty much he states, I'm going to read it off on the screen here. You can pause and read if you want. Hey everyone, it's time for not just another update, but the update. We've talked in the past about the Wattpad Next Beta being successful from a reader and writer response. I've also said there would be a shift away from a beta to an official version as part of it, becoming a staple of the Wattpad experience. With that, I introduced the new name, Paid Stories. With it comes a few changes within the product. You'll find that, You'll find that help better explain the program on what coins mean exactly or what a paid story is and how it works. The name is meant as a more accurate reflection of what's going on Wattpad by being as clear as possible. It's hard for me to come up with more to say about it other than it is what it is, and that was the point. From here on, you'll always hear us refer to it as paid stories. You can officially mark the Wattpad Next Beta lifetime as October 2018 to March 2019. However, this doesn't mean that the program is done and set in stone. You'll continue to see changes over time, both to the product and also more stories and writers will continue to be added. It also means the many prior discussions such as tipping and alternative payments are still on our minds, even if not currently part of the paid stories. It also means prior updates are still intact, applications are still open, and you can still apply here. And side note, I'll leave a link to the application in the description box as well. And you can always check out the website. My future posts and discussions in this space are going to focus more on the content in paid stories and the editorial coaching system. General updates to the products will continue rolling on. You can also check overall updates on the website. Almost all of the discussion and questions people ask are around the content and stories anyway, because we're all here for the stories. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, whatever, you can come to this section of the Wattpad community and ask Nick, and he is very prompt in getting you a response, so you will get an answer if you have any questions or whatever, because like I said, I don't work for Wattpad, so if you want to leave a question in the comment, I may not be able to answer it because I may not know the answer. So if you want to get a set answer from somebody who actually knows about the program inside and out and works with Wattpad, you can come here and ask him yourself. So with that, let's go ahead and check out the website here that they got going on. I'm not going to read through all of this, so if you want to pause and read, you can do that. Otherwise, the link will be in the description for you to check it out. I do want to emphasize on this because a lot of people really were upset when the Wattpad Next Beta program was out. So I do just want to read this. While the majority of the millions of stories on Wattpad will always be free, a small selection will now be available exclusively through this new program. So I just want to preface again, Wattpad has millions of users and millions of free books still available to read. They are not turning into a platform where you'll have to permanently pay to read stories. So please don't catch a fit and get upset and threaten to leave or uninstall the app, because you'll basically be slapping all the writers in the face who are out here writing as a hobby and who aren't necessarily looking to monetize their work, but they're just writing for fun. If you're threatening to uninstall the app and delete the app, and you want to yell and scream at Wattpad because of this program, then you'll basically just be slapping everybody in the face who's out here still continuing to provide you free content and great books to read. And I know that, you know, we're all scared of change. Nobody likes change, but sometimes in certain cases it's not necessarily a bad thing. So please just be kind to one another. If you do happen to come across one of the books in this program, don't cuss and yell out the author for trying to monetize their craft. That's all I'm saying. We can all have an opinion, just don't be an asshole. And if you also visit this website, you can actually check out the specific books that are in the program. So if you go back here and you click on I'm a writer, you will be taken to this next page. And let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so here's a very popular question that's asked all the time. How are stories for the program selected? For now, the Paid Stories program is invitation only. Wattpad's editorial experts have worked with specialists from our Story DNA machine learning team to select stories from a variety of genres that we are certain our readers will love. Our editorial coaches work with writers to ensure the great deal of creativity, commitment, and work they pour into the stories is rewarded. Now, as I'm making this video April 3rd, 2019, I know it says the Paid Stories program is invitation only. That's actually not the case, because if you see here, if you're interested in joining the program, you can apply now. So this is actually one of the few programs that Wattpad has that you can make money, that instead of it actually being invitation only, you can actually apply. I don't know how long they're going to leave this up on their website, but for as I'm making this video, you can actually apply to be a part of this program. So again, I'll leave the link for that in the description. Or you can just visit this website here yourself and apply from there. But also on here they do list, I don't want to say it's requirements or any of that, but they do list basically what they're looking for. So if you don't meet any of these bullet points, I wouldn't even bother applying. And if you want to read them, you can just pause the screen and read. And with that, please do let me know your thoughts on everything by commenting below. And if any other news comes out, you better believe that I will be covering it here on my channel. So do turn your post notifications on by hitting the bell icon next to my name so that you won't miss out when I do upload videos, because we all know that YouTube has been ass in delivering creators' contents to their fan base. Other than that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And actually, before I forget, do check out my podcast if you haven't already. The link is in the description box. It is a podcast for aspiring writers. So if you're new to the scene and you want to know how to get started, where to write, how you can make money writing, what apps to use, etc., yada yada, do check out my podcast. It's centered on all things reading and writing. So if you're looking for advice, tips, and tricks, or whatever, it's the podcast for you. And I do upload weekly every Friday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I have not missed a day yet. So if you're interested in that, do check it out. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.